Working Interferences is intended for mature audiences. Since the hosts never grew up, someone needs to be the adult. Welcome to Working Interferences with Josh and Lance, the dental advice podcast for the average dentist. Here is Josh and Lance.
Bruz, what is up? Working. Oh, Jesus. It's been a long week.
Uh-huh.
Bruz, what is up? Welcome to the Working Interferences podcast, a dental advice show. I am Joshua Austin.
And I am Lance Timmerman.
You're going to leave that in, right?
Oh, hell yeah.
All right, good. I did a live gig yesterday.
How was that?
That's why the show is late. It was weird. I felt like the old lady at the beginning of Titanic, you know, like when she sees the boat again for the first time.
Uh-huh.
Like it's been 60 years since I've seen this boat. Oh, that's what I felt like when I saw the stage. I just like stood and stared at it for a minute.
Nice.
It was good. It was at the Dental Speakers Institute meeting.
Alrighty. Sounds fantastic.
Yeah. And just before my session was this really brilliant speaker named Catherine Eitel Belt, who's really, really good. She's office manager. She does a lot of different businesses, communication consulting, like phone call training, stuff like that. And before that, there was a really great panel on being an influencer.
Okay.
And the speakers on that panel were Dr. Anissa Holmes and a gentleman hygienist named Elijah Desmond.
Huh.
And so that's possibly part of the reason I didn't stay for the whole conference.
Did they give everybody their own barf bag, like the airlines?
Dr. Holmes was on her phone was on her phone during almost all of my lecture. I had a 20-minute TED style talk. She was on the phone for about 10 of the minutes and then got up and left. And then, but to be fair, I didn't go to their session at all.
Okay.
So,
okay.
and also there
did you have like an entrance song like the NFL or did you like the thong song ever enter the?
No, they didn't give me a choice.
Okay.
And also in the room or at the meeting was Farty Chris Offpower. And he got up and left as well. So
did you bring,
no honor amongst.
Did you bring some Febreze?
Yeah, he's. I did not say a word or speak to either or any of those three people, even though I walked by them multiple times, sat near them, made no acknowledgement that they were there, and they did the same for me. So I'm fine with that.
Fair,
I don't like them; they don't like me.
Yeah,
cool.
That works.
Yeah. I have something for us.
Oh, okay.
So there's this apparel company out of Ohio called Homage, Homage, and they make cool like retro sports stuff. And I had a discount code, and they have this cool Topps sweatshirt. So I ordered the Topps sweatshirt, and they sent me this pack of 1991 Topps Stadium Club hockey cards.
Sponsored by Kodak.
So it does have it has a very large Kodak logo on the. It says produced with Kodak imaging technology on the front of the pack. So this is an unopened pack of 1991 Topps Stadium Club hockey cards.
Okay.
And anytime we have a pack of cards that come into our ether, Lance, what does it mean it's time for?
Opening the pack and seeing what the fuck's inside.
It's remembering some guys.
That's what I meant.
Lance.
That's what I said.
Okay. It's the same thing. 1991 hockey. I have a feeling I'm not going to remember any of these guys.
Honestly, anything pre-Kraken, and I don't know.
Yeah. So
and the Kraken don't exist yet either still, so I know nothing.
Yeah, they haven't even started yet. So, like, all of hockey is pre-Kraken at this point.
All
right, so here we go. I'm going to see if I can get some Foley going here.
Nice.
Now, when Topps, this was 1991 was the first year for Topps Stadium Club. This was like the ultra nice, for the first like ultra nice cars.
So no bazooka gum.
No bazooka gum. They're all like super glossy. And 91 was the first year. They also have like this was the first car that ever had like gold foil on it.
Gold.
And they look like photos. When these things came out, I remember like them being really, really sought after and expensive. It was like the first pack of cards that was like more than 50 cents. You know?
Gotcha.
All right. So first one, I actually do remember this guy. Gary Suter. I just remember his name like from Sports Center highlights. Gary Suter at this time played for the Calgary Flames. And the only thing I know about Calgary is that they have like a stampede or something.
They do have a stampede, yeah.
It's like a big thing every year.
And the Jamaican bobsled team went there.
Okay. We know how much I love Jamaica. Second guy, I don't remember this guy. Robert Chimetta. Do you remember Robert Chimetta from the Toronto Maple Leafs?
No. Yeah.
I don't remember. Maybe our friend Tooth Life Irene would remember Robert Chimetta.
Yeah, chime in.
You think she's like super high on the 91 Maple Leafs?
Well, maybe super high, but not necessarily on the Leafs.
Here's a good one. This is Yuri Irdina. Very European name, Jiri, which I guess is Yuri, right?
Sure.
And Hrdina, Hrdina. He does not wear a helmet.
Because why the fuck
he's
not?
just out there with the lettuce, just out there just skating and just playing with no helmet on.
Okay.
That's an interesting approach to the game of hockey.
Yeah, that's...
Now, this next guy, I'm assuming he's French because his name is Matthew, but it's spelled like in the French pronunciation.
Mathieu.
So is it Mathieu?
You would say Mathieu.
Mathieu Schneider?
And he's got like a German last name. So he's...
Yeah. he's obviously like...
Lives in Strasbourg.
Yeah, he was produced like during that time in between, like during World War II.
He was produced.
When they were occupied.
I love that.
He was produced. He's from Woonsocket, Rhode Island, and he was born in 1969.
Okay.
So none of the backstory that we came up with on Mathieu is correct, but I like it better. He does look like a guy that could be sort of the love child of a German soldier and a French woman.
That's interesting. I know a guy from Rhode Island and named Matthew and spelled it that way too. I wonder if it was a Rhode Island thing.
Is that a Rhode Island thing?
I guess so. Big fan of the Pawtucket Red Sox.
The Paw Sox, yeah? Yeah. The Rhode Island accent's a little bit different there than the Boston accent. It's just a hair different.
All right.
This is Bernie Nichols from the New York Rangers. I don't remember this guy.
No, not a clue.
I do remember this guy. Darren Poopa.
We're all a poopa.
just I'm trying to figure out how to get this like over the camera. Puppa. Darren Poopa.
Gotcha.
He was a goalie for the Buffalo Sabres. So shouts to our friends at Ivoclar Vivaden.
Both of
big
them.
Buffalo Sabre fans.
Both fans.
Darren Poopa.
All right.
How about Mike Ridley from the Washington Senators? No, Capitals. The Washington Capitals.
All right.
Don't know Mike
Not
Ridley.
a clue. I got nothing.
What about... I got nothing. What about Kerry Wilson?
It's like guy or a girl?
Kerry Wilson.
Okay.
It is a man. I'm fairly certain. There have been no female female NHL hockey players. From the Calgary Flames again. This is a good one. This is a really good one. Pete Peters. But the Peters of the last name is spelled with two E's.
Huh.
From the Philadelphia Flyers, Pete Peters. I don't remember this guy.
I do not. Not a clue.
This is great. So the back of the card does have some stuff listed. It says strengths. Coming off his worst year in hockey. Veteran goalie Pete Peters rebounded last season in Philadelphia. Peters gives the Flyers another big goaltender who prefers to play the angles than leave his skates. I don't know if that's good.
Huh. Well, alrighty then.
I do know this guy. This is a name. This is a guy I remember. Sergei Fedorov.
Oh, yeah. That one sounds familiar.
Yeah. He's the Red Wings.
Was that a rookie? Because I feel like it was just recent that he left.
91 was his rookie year, so this is like his second year card.
All right.
Yeah.
Young guy.
No, well, it does show on the back. It shows his rookie card is a 91 tops. This is a 91 Stadium Club. So this is a Sergei Fedorov rookie card. I wonder if this is worth anything.
That might have some value. Like a dime, maybe.
Put that one off to the side. And I remember this guy, too. I do remember this guy. This is a good one. John Van Beesbrook. The Beezer.
That sounds familiar.
Do you remember the Beezer?
Mm-hmm.
I just remember him from SportsCenter highlights.
Yeah, that's
John
the only
Van
reason any of
Beesbrook.
these sound any familiar. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I did have Mario Lemieux Hockey on 1991 on Sega Genesis.
Okay.
And it was a great game to play. I didn't understand the game. Like, it would always like stop and say that I was icing.
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck icing is.
Just don't do that.
There's no cakes
Whatever
around
it is,
here.
stop. Just stop it.
But it was fun because if you played as Mario Lemieux, basically every time you shot, it like even if it was all the way across the rink, it would go in.
Wow.
And you could score, and so you could it'd be like 18-0 or whatever if you played as the Penguins.
Nice.
With Lemieux. So so that's really all I know about hockey.
Okay.
Are you planning on becoming a Kraken fan?
Might as well. I got no Sonics, so I got to fill a void.
Yeah. But it's not like the Sonics just left. Like, what's been filling that void the last 9 years?
I literally stopped watching NBA. And it was a big thing. I had season tickets. We did a lot. It hurt so bad that I just stopped.
So when it comes back, and it seems just like it's when, and not if.
And it sounds like it's going to be in the next few years.
They're all the NBA owners are basically taking a bath right now.
Exactly. The buy-in is going to help everybody out. So
right. That's sort of what is going to force the teams to take expansions, is because that buy-in is going to be like $5 billion.
Yeah, exactly.
So are you just immediately back in? Do you feel like they have to woo you back? Like what?
No, I'll be back.
What is your?
I'm all in, both feet. I loved it so much that I'm thirsty for it.
I just don't understand why Bezos just write a check for a new arena and just be done with it. Like what like why are you dragging your feet?
Well, the city is a bunch of socialist bullshit fucktards that we've had plenty of billionaires ready to just write a check, and they had plenty of different proposals that totally made sense. And they kept putting it to the city council and all these different things, and they get voted down. We had solutions years ago that failed because the fucking stupid liberal jack wagons in Seattle. So
too busy with the. Do they still have that mosh pit or whatever in downtown? Whatever they call it,
Jazz,
Claw or whatever.
Jazz.
Is that what it's called now?
Yeah, they dismantled it within weeks. It was
the Capitol Hill, whatever.
Yeah, that stupid bullshit, Summer of Love bullshit fuckers.
So it's gone. They're all gone.
Yeah, no, except for all the graffiti still there.
Great.
They just.
Is there any good stuff? The like Banksy stuff?
Just that.
Is it all just like human shit on the
human shit with the stenciled black fist, the communist propaganda that yeah,
cool,
fucks.
Sounds great.
Yeah, can't wait to leave.
Sounds great.
I'm out of here.
Lance, this is an advice show.
Okay.
We answer your questions. We answer questions we find on all those neat little dental Facebook groups. We answer questions from Reddit. We strive to help dentists and dental team members with our own unique brand of advice. So please. We need your questions. They are the sustenance we crave. You could submit your questions to workinginterferences@gmail.com. And we don't want just any question, do we, Lance?
Fuck no.
We don't want a bunch of boring questions like, what's the best sports guys to remember? Because we all know that 1990s Bundesliga soccer has the greatest guys of all time to remember. We want the questions that Gordon Christensen cannot answer. I don't even know if Bundesliga was around in the 90s. I don't even really know what that is, other than I see it on the crawl for ESPN.
Yeah, sounds cool.
I know that a periodontist I work with is really into the Bundesliga.
Oh, yeah?
And it's like, I guess it's the German, like the Premier League, but for Germany.
That
Let's see
Bayern Munich is in there?
Yeah, Bayern Munich is one. Borussia Dortmund.
Dortmund.
RP Leipzig. Borussia Mönchengladbach. Bayer Leverkusen, TSG Hoffenheim, VfL Wolfsburg, Sport Club Freiburg, Eintracht Frankfurt, Hertha Berlin, FC Union Berlin, FC Schalke 04, FSV Mainz 05, FC Köln, FC Augsburg. I don't even know. Oh, there's more.
Shit.
SV Werder Bremen, DSC Arminia Bielefeld, VfB Stuttgart. How many of those cities do you even recognize? I got
like
Köln,
4 of them.
I've got Berlin. I've got Wolfsburg.
Frankfurt.
I've got München and Leipzig. Frankfurt. Okay. I've never heard of Dortmund. I've heard of
Dortmund.
Mönchengladbach. I've never heard of Leverkusen or Hoffenheim.
Nope.
Freiburg, I guess I've heard of.
Yeah, I think that's
I've
like
never
a
heard of
suburb
Schalke.
of Frankfurt, but
is it? Yeah, that's what I figured. I've never heard of Mainz. I've never heard of Augsburg or Bremen or Bielefeld.
no, Bremen. There was a fable, the musicians of Bremen, where it was the donkey.
There once was a man from Nantucket.
Yeah, his cousin from Bremen.
That was a good yes and, Lance. That was a very good improv. And I guess I have heard of Stuttgart.
Stuttgart.
Stuttgart. For a long time, I did think that all the Premier League teams, like Liverpool and Leicester, I just thought those were all like suburbs of London, and I just thought all the Premier League was just London based. They're just all like neighborhoods.
Well,
like
geographically, they're pretty damn close if you compare to America.
Yeah, this is a whole like city of San Antonio would just fit inside of that.
Yeah.
We have one question today. It's a question from me, which we do this frequently.
Okay.
And it typically tends to be when I have a mental health nosedive week. Which this is that week.
All right. Is it already the 7th of January?
Yeah. We started off the year with a great big. We shit the bed.
Totally shit the bed
to start the year. Now, I mean, not just like we as a country did. As well this week, and then me and my practice, we shit the bed this week. Not so much production wise, but in in several manners. So let me go through the deal. A couple of weeks ago, I was placing a post, and I don't know about you. I don't do a ton of posts, but when I do them, I keep them pretty small.
Yeah,
I don't do a lot of big posts anymore, and so the number one post I use is just the yellow post. Size 20. It's the smallest one that 3M makes. The 3M fiber post. 3M fiber post. Shouts to our friends at 3M. So I opened the pack and I used the last one. And I was like, you know, I'm not going to I don't want to just count on them opening this package to see that we're out of them. Because I don't know if they're going to look, my assistants. So I'm going to take it on myself to go order these myself. And I don't want to be out of them, so I'm going to go ahead and pay expedited shipping so they get here.
Sure.
And so that I can just have them. Because I never know when I'm going to need one. You know, it's like that's kind of one of those things that pops up.
Right.
So then last week, the week after Christmas, they came, and the box got put on my desk. Even though it was marked on the side that it was from Safco, which is where we get all our deliveries from, I opened it up, and I saw that it was the post, and so I took it up front and handed it to my assistant who handles the ordering, and I said, these are the posts that I ordered. They got put on my desk. They just need to be put away. So then on Monday, I had a new patient at the end of the day. And the new patient had said that their veneer came off. And but they knew that it was a hygiene appointment. We're going to do what we could. And that we may not be able to take care of it. So she gets in, and it turns out it's not a veneer. She had a crown that had endo done on it, and endo through the crown. And she snapped that whole fucking thing off at the gum line.
Yep. Hey, remember last week you made fun of me when I said, well, actually, the chip is really a fracture.
Yes. Yeah. I do.
Okay.
I'm now sitting I'm now a diaper baby sitting in my shit diaper after I'm making fun of you about that. So it's like 4:45 and she's missing. I'm holding her number 7 crown in my hand. And I'm like, listen, And there actually was some vertical, like she had some recession, so she actually did have like 1.5 millimeters or 2 all the way around a ferrule, but she just needed a new crown. The crown that she had just like went down to that margin, but that underneath that margin there were still like 2 millimeters you could too. So it was like, you know, I mean, we could do an implant, but I honestly think if we put a post in this and a new crown that's down on that tooth, I think we're going to be okay. Especially once I pack cord and all that, I should be able to get a good ferrule effect on that tooth.
Okay.
But I don't want you to have to walk around without it. So like, let me just like clean this out, clean out the inside of the crown, throw a post in, and just basically cement it all with build-up material. Just saying like, hey, this is a temporary fix, but at least you don't have to be without anything. So I tell hygiene, tell one of the assistants to get a room ready, right? So assistants get a room ready, and I'm going to do my other end-of-day hygiene checks and whatnot. And I go back in the room to sit down, and I see they didn't get post out because I said, tell them to get ready for a post and core. So I said, go get the post. And so I see my assistant like fiddling around with some other post kits that we have, like some old post kits that we didn't really use. I was like, no, get the 3M And she brings me the 3M kit, and I'm like, no, I need the ones that came in last week. Like, where are the yellow posts that came in last week? And it becomes apparent really quick that they are nowhere to be found.
Shit.
Now, keep in mind, I held these posts in my hand not 1 week before.
Right.
They can't be found. No one knows where they are. I get my office manager. I'm like, I gave these to you guys. They came in last week. They have to be here. No one can find them. So they like turn over the supply room. Can't find them. They're going through all the cabinet drawers. Can't find them. And I fucking lose it. Because this could not have been any more simple,
right,
Lance.
Yeah.
I'm the one that identified we were out of them. I placed the order. I expedited it. I had them in my hands, and I took them to her, and I gave them to her, and I said, put these away. There's nothing more I could have done at that point. And that one little thing, like all she had to do was take them out of the cardboard box and put them in with the other posts. That's a simple task, is it not? That's an easy ask.
Seems pretty basic, yeah.
I fucking lose it, Lance. And it didn't have anything to do with the $126 that those posts were. By the way, $126 for 5 or 6 posts?
Yeah.
Fuck, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Why am I not in the post business? That seems really steep. They're like $35 a piece.
Yeah.
It had nothing to do with the money, Lance. It had everything to do with the fact that I can't fucking trust anybody with even the smallest task. There is no task too small for us to fuck up royally on.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't get any easier. If we can't handle this, what can we do? And I just, I immediately nosedived. And this isn't the first time this has happened. Stuff has gotten lost, and it kills me because it's stupid shit.
Yeah.
That is stupid mistakes that there's no excuse for. I put it in your fucking hands. All you had to do was put it away.
Open a drawer.
And somehow you lost it? So I nosedived, and I nosedived fast. And so now I'm scrambling to find some other kind of post to use, and I end up just hogging the fucking root out using a size red post, which I didn't want to do, but I didn't really have much of a choice.
Yeah.
And so I'm in the lab, and my office manager's in there, and I'm like livid, and I'm just seething. And she's like, what do you want to do? I'm like, I want to find the fucking post is what I don't want this to have to happen again. Like, how many times does this have to happen? She's like, I know. Yeah. And she's like, what are you going to do? And so I said, the way I see it, I have 2 options. Option 1 is to just stop caring about anything, because it's obvious that the more I care, I can't trust anybody to do anything, so I just have to just give up and not care.
Yeah.
Or option 2 is I drive to the fucking woods and put a bullet in my head as soon as we get done here.
That seems extreme.
But I probably shouldn't have said that, because then she called Andrea.
Oh, fuck.
So I'm like I'm standing at my desk after I'm done with this. Meanwhile, the patient can hear all of it, I'm sure. At this point, I don't fucking care.
Yeah.
I'm like, I told you, I just nosedived fast.
Yeah. And was this a new patient?
Yeah.
Yeah. Great.
Yeah. And by the way, my office manager fucked up the billing on it because I told them, like, we're doing a post and core. And then she was like, well, I assumed you meant a crown as well. I'm like, we didn't do a crown. I cemented her old crown. So it's just like, it was just fucking botched from jump.
Yeah.
From the jump. And so I'm just like standing at my desk with my head in my hands, just like contemplating shuffling off this mortal coil or going to sell fucking disability insurance.
And was all this in the hygiene room, or did you have to move them from that room to a different?
No, I moved them to a restorative room.
Do you have a hygiene specific room, or are all rooms the same?
Yeah, I can do some restorative stuff in hygiene rooms. It's just they don't like all like my. I don't have stuff to do a build up.
Yeah, I fucking hate.
You know what I mean?
I hate doing everything in the same room. I got my favorite room. It's my baby. I got all my gear there.
Right, that's where my stuff.
Yep.
That's where my stuff is.
Yep.
So we moved her to another room, but at this point, I'm just like standing with my head in my hands, just like fucking defeated.
Yeah.
At this point, just like mentally defeated because. Like when you can't do that one little thing right, it just throws everything into question. You know, like what am I doing?
Yeah.
And Andrea walks in.
Oh fuck.
Andrea came to the office.
That's not good.
Like this is a horrible. I look so awful in this story, Lance.
Yeah, you kind of do, but nah. I'll hold
like,
my beer. I'll see what I can do.
What is going on? And I explain it to her. And so it's just like a really shitty conversation. And like, look, like let's be honest. If I'm going to drive off in the woods and put a bullet in my head, I'm not going to fucking tell anybody. No, I'm just going to go do it, right?
Yeah, like,
So if I ever say that, it means that I'm not actually going to do it. It was just...
Exactly.
You know...
Yeah, see, I feel you because... this week, I got to do everything solo. I normally have two assistants. I see Seattle protocoled one 3-4 weeks ago and been looking for the second one. And my only assistant got the Rona over the break and couldn't come in. So I'm looking for shit. Where's this go? You know, stuff where it's supposed to be isn't there. We're out of shit that no one told me. So I'm making my own fucking orders because where the fuck is it? Oh, we're out. When did we run out? Well, a month ago.
God knows when.
God knows when. I'm like, why the fuck don't I know when things are low or out or where? Why am I the one making these orders? Like a couple right before Christmas. Oh, hey, we're out of this. I'm like, why are you telling me this? Order the shit. I'm not the one. What the fuck? If I'm doing everything, what the fuck do I need you for? And I proved it this week. I don't really need you, but God, it sucked when you were gone.
Yeah, it just makes everything worse.
Yeah. So I feel you.
What do I do?
Okay, start making a list of priority of who do you apologize to first. If you snap, I would have snapped at my assistant, so I got to apologize to her.
Do I though? Why do I have to apologize?
Because you flew off the handle and were unprofessional in their mind. I agree with it. I would have been worse. I promise you. I would have lost it worse.
Do you think Nick fucking Saban or Bill Belichick apologizes or Greg Popovich after somebody misses a fucking rotation and they scream at him?
Well,
no, this is your job.
Oh, exactly.
Do your fucking job.
And it's one of those things that, yeah, you're totally right, and you can be right and constantly have to get new staff because you were right all the time. Or you can suck it up and pretend that you're sorry. And
here's the deal: I'm not apologizing
to
anybody but Andrea.
Okay.
That's the end of the story. Like that's the only person I'm apologizing to. This shit has happened so many fucking times.
And
it's not always been this assistant. It was another assistant.
Right.
But like the thing that they love to lose more than anything is fucking implant drivers.
Oh God.
They love to throw away implant drivers. That shit happens all the time. And this is
I'm to the point I clean when I do implants, I'm the one cleaning it all, putting it all away because
that you shouldn't have to do that. You're the fucking boss.
I know, but they don't fucking know what anything is. I'll educate them. This is the driver. This is the stabilization pin. This is and it's always in the wrong spot. They have no clue what the fuck anything does and what it's for.
Do you know who James Andrews is?
No.
He's like a famous orthopedic surgeon, and he's a famous orthopedic surgeon in Birmingham. So like if Russell Wilson
Okay.
tears his ACL, he's going to James Andrews. Like, that's the guy.
Okay.
Do you think James Andrews
All right.
has to, like, fucking scrub down his own kit of, like, whatever he uses to place pins in a knee? Because he's afraid of his med-surg tech throwing something away? Fuck no, he doesn't.
We don't have the pool of talent. When I find assistants, and there's like, shout out to Caitlin Stevens if you're listening. When you find an awesome assistant, Jesus Christ, I'll do whatever I can to keep them happy, because I can't find people like that ever. It just happens she lives 2 hours away, so she'll fill in when she can and has time and all that kind of stuff. But it's a dream to work with a person that recognizes what the fuck things are, what they do, sells dentistry, puts things away where they're supposed to. I constantly am finding things in different places, like, because they don't know what the fuck anything does or is for. I spend so much of my time educating staff to know what things are, because I want to empower them to be able to put things that way logically. What I find is they have no fucking sense of logic, and I just pull my hair out. So I usually go in the other room, shut the door, maybe go in the private bathroom, and just silently turn red without screaming on the top of my lung. I don't want people hearing me just lose my shit. And then I come back out and pretend that I'm calm and professional, and I didn't just want to kill everyone.
It's just so frustrating.
Yeah.
Like, it's just the deal of, like, if we can't do this right, then what can we do right? Mm-hmm. You know, like, how can I trust you with anything?
Yeah,
if I can't trust you with this, how can I trust you with anything?
When I get big cases, I'm to the point now, I get a big case in, I hide it in my office because I don't want them misplacing it. And I've had it too many times with patients there, and we're setting up, and I'm like, because I have a rule when we're setting up for a crown. Number one, get the crown, because you don't know what kind of crown it is. Am I bonding it in? Am I cementing it? What am I doing? We need to know what material it is. So I fucking hate it when I sit down and everything's out except for the crown, and then we go looking for the crown. Oh, we find out it's not even here. Well, then what the fuck? What
are we doing? You
should have known this at the beginning. Certain tools. It's privately. It's in my office, secretly, privately, so that you don't fuck it up. I don't do that for individual shit, but when it's the big case, implant shit, I'm hiding it.
We shouldn't have to do this, Lance.
I know.
What's the solution? What do I do?
Fuck. I'm probably the worst person to ask that kind of advice, because I don't know.
I had a thought.
Was it a good one?
And this was like just one of those pure fantasy thoughts, but like not the good kind of fantasy.
Okay.
Where Jessica Alba is, involved, or that's the first celebrity that came to my head.
Okay. Alphabetical. I get it.
See, it's like a 13-year-old reference. I feel like Jessica Alba was hot like in 2007.
Yeah, she's kind of... Well, ever she became a billionaire with that business she started, she doesn't need acting anymore.
What? Jessica Alba's a billionaire?
Yeah, she started some mommy thing, and she's filthy rich now.
Why can't I start a Zaddy thing?
Oh, fuck yeah.
And get filthy rich.
Zaddy for life. I wish I knew.
The fantasy was... drop all insurances, raise my fees about 30%, and work alone. Entirely alone.
Yeah.
Handle all of the phone myself, because I'm one of the most expensive people in town.
Yeah.
I touch everything. It is fully just me. Like, you will only interact with me. It is only me. I'll handle everything myself.
See,
and my fees shouldn't be 30% higher. They need to be about 50% higher.
See, what I've toyed with that idea, and what I found is I'm not likable enough to pull that off. So that idea's out. Probably would work with you. People like you, but fuck.
No, I'm an asshole.
Oh, I'll show you, asshole.
Didn't you hear that a woman got up and left in the middle of my talk about how broken in the head I was?
Okay, 1A, 1B. It's
I mean, I refuse to apologize.
Okay.
Because
I'm not sincere when I apologize, but I'm known to apologize.
At this point, I don't think it's unwarranted. Like, it's happened. This is the 5th or 6th time something like this has happened.
Okay.
And it's just like,
my coach,
get it together.
My coach told me in this situation, you sit down one-on-one or as a group and just say, okay, here's the situation, explain your perspective, and then just say, we can't have this happen again. And have everybody come together and come up with the solution so that they feel empowered. They were part of the decision process on how to solve this. That sounds fantastic. I suck at that.
You know what I did?
Uh-oh.
I told my office manager that it's just a fucking job now. Like, this is now just my job, a place where I go be miserable for 8 hours a day. I got rid of everything personal in my office.
Oh.
So there's like nothing on the wall. There's nothing in the bookshelf besides dental books. Everything else is gone and out of there. It's like, this is a place where I come for 8 hours. My home doesn't come into here because my home is a happy place.
Right.
And this place is fucking miserable. And I don't want that seeping in. These are two things. These are like, it's like the plates with the little sections in them, you know?
Right.
The dinner plates with the sections so that your mashed potatoes don't touch your green beans, you know?
Yeah,
and that
Clint
kind of
loves
deal.
that shit.
Yeah, that's what my life is now.
Okay. How'd she take that?
My life is one of those plates. I then also told her that I gave her a website, art.com, and I said, anywhere there's a picture of anything that relates to me or my dogs, pick just generic art for, because all that shit's coming off the walls.
Okay.
I'm not having, like, my cover of Dental Economics is not going to be on the wall anymore. The pictures of my dogs are not going to be in the rooms anymore because that's my personal life leaking into here. I don't want my personal life leaking into here, and I don't want this place leaking into my personal life.
Okay. Well, in a way, I actually totally relate to that. In the process of trying to sell the practice, I had to get rid of, it was cleaning it all up to be able to walk away, especially if someone bought it that wanted to take over on Monday, keys on Friday and pick up Monday. I wanted it to be all ready. So all my personal stuff is now gone. And there does it is a certain mental aspect, separation, church and state kind of a thing. So who knows? I will say it's been enjoyable. I've been temping or assisting part-time in California, and it's been fantastic because there's definitely a separation. I don't have any attachment emotionally to staff, to patients, to anything. Now, I care about my job. I want to do a good thing and produce as much as I can for them. But yeah, there isn't anything personal there because that's not my baby. And it's kind of fun.
Yeah, I hate to be that way.
Yeah.
But like,
I don't know if it's sustainable.
Just apparent to, I can't. It's apparent to me if I continue to care that much, my heart will just get broken again and again and again.
Yeah. Yeah. That's why I used to, early on, I was friends with my employees. We did things socially, not every day, but and then when job transfers happened, sometimes they quit the job not because they didn't want to work for me anymore, but their husband got transferred to Alaska. Well, goodbye. So I keep an arm's length to the staff, and that may be good, may be bad, but doesn't hurt as much when they move on, or if I have to Seattle protocol them. So it'll be interesting to see how this is the first time that you've felt this need for complete separation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just tired of getting burned. I just feel like over and over and over. And it's just like, they work their 8 hours and they're done with it. Like, why can't I do that?
Yeah. Though that's the reason why I wanted to sell was being a practice owner. It's all consuming. I don't leave at 5 and don't think about it. It's consuming me all night until the next day. And on the weekends, it's all consuming. And that's why I think the burnout is so severe. It was 100% of my life was that practice, and I'm looking to change that.
The biggest lesson I learned is to not even make throwaway remarks about suicide in front of my office manager.
Yeah, I found that those aren't ever taken well. So, yeah.
I mean, in that moment, though, I was just like, why am I even, like, what's the point of even doing any of this?
Yeah.
Like, what's the point? And I get it, like, over a Fiverr post.
Yeah.
You know? Like, and no one ever in the history of mankind has ever committed suicide over a Fiverr post.
Yeah, it's pretty trivial.
But it's what it represented.
Exactly.
That's the thing, is what it's represented to me.
Yeah.
Of just my inability to count on anybody for anything. It just made me feel alone.
Yeah.
Like I'm just alone on a fucking island, you know, and that there was there's nobody coming to help.
Well, that's what sucks about being a solo practice is you are alone. And when you're part of a group, you can vent with a colleague who feels the exact same way and understands. So it's a little easier to take when there's other doctors in the place. Commiserate. So
just a shit, like this was literally fucking Monday.
Yeah.
It's the first day of 2021. The first fucking work day of the year.
Yeah.
And my wife had to come to the office because I told my manager I was going to drive into the woods and swallow a bullet. It's not what you want.
Do you even have a woods in San Antonio?
There's some woods.
Okay.
Yeah, we have some woods.
All right.
We have some woods behind my house.
Like a shrub?
No, it's a Google Texas Hill Country.
Okay.
Go to Google and just type in Texas Hill Country and hit images. Now, it's not like evergreens and like 80-foot tall pines and shit like that. Like big oak trees and shit. Like if you just Google like...
They all look like shrubs.
No, they're like oak trees,
right.
you know?
All right.
There's, it's like, I would call it woods.
All right.
Where you are, I would call it a forest.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
This I would call the woods. Yeah, we got the Texas Hill Country, man. We got some shit. We got some shit. We have places to commit suicide, Lance. Don't you worry about us. We have great places here in Central and South Texas to kill yourself. Don't you worry about us.
Fine. It's good to know.
Fuck.
All right.
What's your favorite number, Lance?
I'm a big fan of 5.
Hit us up with a 5-star rating. How do you feel about the Seahawks playoff chances this year?
I don't.
Out of how many stars would you give to their playoff chances?
Chances? Probably a 2-star.
2 stars.
Yeah. Playing a team for the third time that they're going to do tomorrow, it's so unpredictable. When the Super Bowl years, I was very confident then. Our defense was so strong, our offense didn't even need to really do much. But we're healthier.
The Giants' loss is really the worst.
Oh my God!
The fly in the ointment.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
Let Russ cook.
Let Russ cook.
Let Russ cook. Hey, so 5 stars. iTunes, Stitcher, Spotify, Google Play. If you're flicking through Podbean, flick 5 stars. Be sure to tell a friend. If you have a friend who's into John Van Beesbrook and is a really big Beezer fan, from either his days with the New York Rangers or his days with the Florida Panthers. You did not think I knew much about John Van Beesbrook, but I do know that he played for the Florida Panthers in the late 90s.
All right.
I'm a big fan of the Beezer, and if you're a big fan of our show, you'll tell your friends about it. That's how we grow the show, one new listener at a time. Hit us up on the web, workinginterferences.com. Hit us up on all of the social bullshits. Facebook, Working Interferences with Josh and Lance, or Funny Shit for Dentists and Dental Team Members. Hit us up on Twitter at Winterferences. Hit us up on Instagram at Winterferences. Lance can be found on Instagram at Dr. Timmerman DMD. I can be found on Instagram at Joshua Austin DDS. Mash that follow button. Whose turn for a song
that
is
would
it,
be
Lance? You know our friend Andrew McMahon in the Wilderness.
Yes.
Big fan. Big fan He released a new song called the New Year song. He released it on New Year's. So it's good. I like it. I don't do Christmas music. I don't know about you.
Some.
Yeah.
I
don't do Christmas songs. Yeah, it's just dumb. We talked about fucking Christmas shoes a lot.
Yeah.
This isn't like a pandering song. It's just a sort of a adult punk song.
Okay.
That happens to be talking about New Year's.
All right.
So it's good. I hope that you like it. So don't you guys worry about me. I'm gonna be okay. I am looking forward to bringing this event up with my therapist on Monday. Let me just put it down.
All right. Perfect.
I have a feeling she won't be thrilled with my coping skills on this one, so I think we will be doing some work on what coping skills should be.
Yeah. Sounds good.
But yeah, somebody asked me about, so how do you know when you're done with therapy? was the question. Somebody DM'd me that question. And I was like, the same way you know when you're done with needing dental hygiene. When are you done with needing prophies?
Yeah, it's...
When you don't have teeth anymore.
I guess.
Really.
Yeah.
That's kind of it. So when are you done needing therapy? Like when you don't have brains anymore. That's pretty much it. So when Alzheimer's or dementia, whichever, or Parkinson's, whichever comes in, whichever Huntington's, whichever debilitating neurologic degenerative disease that I'm sure that is lurking around the corner for me, whenever it is done addling my mind, that's when I'll be done with therapy.
Okay.
How do you feel about that?
Sounds fair.
For Lance Timmerman, I'm Josh Waston. Peace and stay fresh, cheese bags.
December arrived like a fire with the wind. Yeah, this year I can hardly believe when all of our plans just slipped through our hands like paper boats washed out to sea. Hope the things that went missing come back when you need. And I'm wishing you happy new year, and I hope your dreams will come true, dear. That your money gets made, that they throw you parades and patch up your boat with strong glue. Here's to a year that's brand new. Remember the highways, the birthdays, the friends. Remember airplanes and parties and shows. All the things that you miss, all the days that we drift, all the dreams you let go of. I want you to know that I'm wishing you happy new year, and I hope your dreams will come true, dear. That your money gets made, that your music gets played, and the bars open late just for you. Here's to a year that's brand new. Wishing you happy new year, and I hope your dreams will come true,